What's going on, everyone? John Matrix here with another Hunt Showdown video for you guys. So the patch 2.5 update is now up on the live servers. So I'm just going to go quickly over the patch notes on 2.5 and kind of go over the highlights and some of the changes. Most of this stuff I had gone over in the dev stream breakdown that I put out a couple days ago, but there were a few changes from that made it into the final update. So highlights here. Trainee mode, which is what I went over before. Basically, the first 15 ranks in the bloodline are free of basically any kind of penalty, really. You don't lose your hunter, you don't lose any of the gear with your hunter if you die, etc., etc. They added Russian servers now, so they got a new region for that. And then they went over, they did a bunch of weapon balance changes, which is most of what this patch is weapon balance stuff. So, gunplay, all combat bullets, slightly more damage when hitting the arms and the legs of the hunter. Basically, they did a second dev stream, a shorter one, a couple days ago, and basically they were saying that the compact bullets were usually taking about 3 to 4 hits to kill people, and they wanted to bring that in line with the other weapons, where it was only taking about 2 to 3 hits. So that's pretty much what this is aiming, what they're aiming to do with this update here is bring the compact bullets in line a little bit more, so it doesn't take as many hits to kill people, especially at longer ranges. Reduce ammo pickup from supply boxes, so it now has the same percentage as the medium and long and shotgun shells now. And this affects all of the compact weapons, all the Winfields, revolvers, etc., etc. So the Crown and King, extra ammo reduced from 12 to 6 shells, so basically you have 6 rounds back up, and then slight increase of recoil. Codwell uppercut. So this has changed. That originally was going to just be 6 bullets that you would have in reserve, and they added up to 9 now. So you're gonna have a little bit more. I don't really think that the uppercut needed any kind of real changes. I think this is a very balanced gun. In order to maximize its potential, you really need, the fanning to make it super deadly at close range, but otherwise, it's really a weapon that's meant to be used at medium to longer ranges. The slow rate of fire at close range was kind of its weakness if you didn't have the perk. So, but anyway, the Optimat, they kept pretty much changes from the Optimat. Basically, the ammo magazine size was reduced from 20 to 15, and then you have no extra rounds. So if you want to have extra long ammo with it, you got to pair this with another long ammo weapon, either an uppercut, or if you've got the quartermaster perk, you can pair it with the Obreeze. That's going to be an extremely expensive round for you, though, but that'll give you some extra rounds. So the big change, they made some other changes to the Dulch here. So originally they had made it so the Dulch wasn't going to have any extra ammo. It wasn't gonna have any reserve ammo. Now they've made it so that you only got 5 extra reserve shots, so from 10 to 5, and they slightly increased the recoil and delay between shots, so it's not gonna have as rapid a fire rate. You're not gonna be able to spam it as much, and so a little bit different balance change. I think this is probably overall better than what they did before with not having the reserve ammo, so we'll see how this impacts the Dulch. Carbiner. Extra ammo reduced from 19 to 13 medium bullets, and they upped the rechamber of the round to 25% faster. So this could see some more use now for sure. Spectre bayonet, Spectre 1882 and bayonet version, extra ammo reduced from 12 to 10 shells, and slight increase of recoil. Spectre compact, extra ammo reduced from 12 to 8 shells, and drastic increase of recoil. So they pretty much have done this with all the shotguns. All of the primary shotguns have had the overall reserve ammo reduced slightly, and their recoil increased slightly, while all of the compact variants, the sawed-off variants, the hand cannon variants, whatever you want to call them, have all had their shells, reserved ammo reduced quite a bit more, and a drastic increase of recoil. So they're trying to change up the shotgun meta a little bit and not make shotguns quite as powerful. Well, we'll see how this really affects the shotguns. I don't think it's going to personally make a super amount of difference, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, Romero 77, slight increase of recoil. Romero 77, hand cannon and hatchet variants. Extra ammo reduced from 12 to 10 shells, and slight increase of recoil. 70, the double barrel shotgun, the Rival 78, from 12 to 8 shells, and slight increase of recoil. And the hand cannon variant from 12 to 6 shells, and drastic increase of recoil. So if you're using the double barrel, you're gonna have to, make sure your ammo, your shots count. Explosive arrow, direct hit to upper torso head, but now kill enemy hunters. So they really want you to start using the crossbows a little bit more. I personally am of the thought that any kind, I just don't think the explosive crossbow kind of really should be in the game. I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's OP really, but it's like, I just feel like you should just use grenades. I don't know. Anyway, I just don't like weapons like that. Like a direct hit to the torso or head will kill people in one hit. Like, I don't know. I just don't really like weapons that are kind of AoE. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how this changes, because you actually have to hit them in the torso or the head now. So maybe it's going to be a bit more of a skill shot, but even if you don't hit him in the head or the torso and you hit him in the arm, it's still going to do a lot of damage because it's an explosive round. So we'll see how this goes. But anyway, machete, slight damage reduction, changes made to the pose for charged melee attacks. You no longer cover the torso with the arm to absorb damage. So basically, yeah, you could, cover the upper torso with the animation for charging up the machete, and it would basically kind of act as like hyper armor, because you would end up hitting someone in the arm instead of the chest, so it would do damage reduction. So that on top of the compact ammo buff, where the compact ammo is going to do more damage to the arms, should make some gameplay changes so that people can't just charge at you with the machete and they pretty much win all the time. Developer notes, even if the weapon has 0 extra bullets, the moment the player fires bullets, the empty space is dynamically added to the extra ammo pool. So if you have an automat now, fire and have fired 6 rounds off your 15 round magazine, means you can pick up 6 extra rounds. The moment you reload them into your gun, the extra ammo pool will shrink again until it reaches 0. So basically what that means is, yeah, is pretty much what it said. You fire 6 rounds, you pick up ammo, you have 6 rounds in reserve until you actually put them in the gun, essentially. Being an early access game, Hunt Showdown is still changing constantly. With every new feature and update, we will continue to do so in the future. Sometimes the full extent of some of these changes will only really show across multiple updates, each introducing a small part of it. Please bear with us as we are trying to make this the best experience for both new players and veterans alike. With every update, you can always help us in the development of Hunt Showdown by going to the test server, try the latest changes out for yourself. Thank you for your ongoing support and precious feedback. That's pretty much what I was saying in the developer update video. They're really trying to add a lot of things to the game to increase quality of life for newer players. They're trying to get newer players into the game, but not just get newer players to try the game. They want them to keep playing the game. They're trying to retain, the population. So there's going to be probably a lot of changes like that through upcoming patches as well to increase that quality of life for newer players. Price changes. Hand crossbow has been dropped down, from $210 to $110, so $100 decrease in price. Hand crossbow poison from $240 to $115. Gaunt officer carbine, so that's the rifle variant of the Gaunt pistol, from $86 to $35. So they're trying to bring this in line with the Winfield Compact, the Winfield C. They want it to be kind of another option, for a weapon that can be used that's comparable to the Winfield C. I haven't really used it yet, but from what I've seen people use, I like the sight on it better. I think it's probably going to be a better overall weapon to use if you're going to use the Winfield C. The only difference is the Winfield C might have a better reload rate. So you might have, the option of higher reload versus a better iron sight, to choose between the two weapons. And the carbine here is a bit more expensive, $35, and I think the compact C is like 20 or 25 now. I'd have to relook at that again. The standard crossbow is now 180 from 280. Crossbow explosive 400 to 290. Crossbow shot bolt, which is like the shotgun bolt. Basically, it looks like when it hits, it has like a spread variation, or after a certain range, it just has like a spread shot. From 305 to 220. Avdamant reduced from 1800 to 1500. Cavalry saber increased from 22 to 28. It's interesting because in the dev breakdown, they said this was going to be like $60, so maybe they didn't increase the damage of this as much. And then they doubled the price of the Crown and King almost. Add another 200 bucks to it, so from 266 to 466. So they're trying to make it so that people aren't using the Crown and King quite as much. Those are kind of really the main changes. Again, training mode, safety net added to the new players to help them learn the game. On the first 15 ranks, excluding prestige, your hunters won't be lost when they get killed in a mission. Instead, the dead hunters get reset to the pre-mission status, including all the gear and health. So yeah, like I said, for the first 15 ranks, anyone tries out the game, you don't have any kind of death penalty whatsoever. You don't lose your hunter, and you don't lose any of the gear that's on the hunter. Bug fixes. Fix the bug where the player could get stuck in Slaughterhouse and Scupper, which resulted in a loss of a hunter. And then they have a bunch of known issues that they're going over. You know, the silence dynamite. AI may become stuck in navigation around certain areas. Hunter heads may snap back and forth if too close to other entities. Hive swarms are able to attack players through solid walls. Oil pools are invisible. Shadows may not blend together. In rare instances, players may become stuck in matchmaking screen and loading map stage. Two players invite each other via Steam without one of them accepting. They can be stuck in an invite state, so they gotta kind of close the game and reopen it. Dark sight boost can sometimes be consumed faster than intended. Direct hit with firebombs and lanterns will not knock down AI as intended sometimes. AoE self-damage indicator to throw liquid firebomb is not in sync with the actual AoE damage range. Depending on the area, windows might show incorrect reflections. In some cases, you may encounter a strange visual effect from smoke and muzzle flashes. This is more prominent in underground areas, but can occur outside as well. Hunt team. So those are pretty much the big updates, are the big changes in this update for 2.5. This is now live up on the live servers. It's the live patch, so you can go in there and try this out. Again, most of this is just changes, balance changes to the guns, and then they added the training mode. So if you're new to the game and you want to try the game, you can try the game out now for the first 15 levels, and you know, you don't have to worry about any kind of penalty in the game. You're not going to lose your hunter, and you're not going to lose any gear. Which really, for the first 15 ranks, you don't really unlock anything super special. You might potentially get a new recruit who has, you know, maybe a Sparks if you get lucky, or possibly even a Vitaly Carbiner, maybe if you get lucky. But otherwise, yeah, you don't really unlock anything super great until a little bit later on, I think. But yeah, so you can try the game for the first 15 ranks with no penalty. If you know, you're over in Russia, you've got, you know, servers, local servers there for you guys now, so you can play without having to worry about connecting to EU or potentially Asian servers if there's Asia. I think there is, Oceanic or whatever. So you guys can do that and have better ping. And then yeah, just a bunch of weapon balance changes, mostly to shotguns, the Dulch, the Crown and King, the machete, etc. And most of them are really just ammo reduction changes. Some of them have recoil changes, and with the Dulch in particular, they up the recoil a little bit and up the delay between the shots, so it's not as spammable. So the Dulch is going to be the one that's going to be interesting to see. I don't really think the Crown and King is going to change that much, especially at the higher ranks, or people that already have, you know, a ridiculous amount of money saved up. You know, there's a lot of people in this game that have got $20,000-$30,000 plus built up, so that's the price change isn't going to make a difference in that. So, but anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I've got another video that I'm working on that I'm going to try to get out soon. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for hanging out. Feel free to follow me on Twitter if you'd like to. Stream over at twitch.tv/JohnMatrix69. You can see me stream some Hunt Showdown and a bunch of other games, variety streams. There's going to be a lot of Call of Duty Blackout coming up soon. Twitter at JohnMatrix69. Got a Discord if you want to bring any discussion from this patch update to the Discord. Feel free to. The link's going to be down below in the description. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked, feel free to like the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to get some more information on Hunt Showdown or any other games that I play. Yeah, thanks guys, and have a great day.